Good morning. Namaste. I'm up on my roof this Saturday. Try to come up here every Saturday. Miss teaching in class. I'm hoping at some point we might be starting again. Um, but here we are. I'm going to do some of my favorite sequences of after inverting. We're going to take about 6 handfuls of one side. First, I made sure that the silk was stretched out. Then I'm going to gently hop in and I'm going to push out away from me so I can bring my leg out and around. You can see both my legs are on each side of this, and I'm swaying, which is okay. And I'm going to take my foot and place it in each side of the silk. Make sure I'm sitting upright, so I'm pushing. And I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to press the palm of my hand into the back of the silk and stretch out my legs. Flex my feet and bring them together. And bring them out and bring them together. I'm pushing against the back of the silk with my hand and I'm resisting with my legs. I do this about 10 times just to get a really, really nice stretch in my inner thighs. Also, a little bit of stretch in the sacrum. If you're sitting upright, you're getting a nice little bit of work on your abs because you have to hold yourself up rather than leaning against the silk. We're going to do this one more time, and then I'm going to come together and bring my feet together, bring my hands together. You can't see me, but I'm in a little cocoon, and I'm doing just a nice namaste rest in my silk. My head's upright. I'm nice and tall. I'm not sinking into the silk. I'm reaching my head towards the sky. I'll stay here for another breath or two. And then I'm going to do a pigeon pose. So I'm going to bring my left leg out and bend it and around. And then my right shin is parallel. And then I'm going to come through these silks. You can see me here. And I'm going to press down, grab opposite elbows, pressing this left knee away from me, and just leaning over this right leg. Very much like a floor pigeon pose. Your legs are in a zigzag. That's probably the easiest way to remember it. I would stay here for about a count of 10. Allow the head to really relax, the facial muscles, everything. And then switch opposite elbows. Make it alignment important to stay equal. And then I'm going to take my hands and interlace them behind my head and just give a nice little, bring my elbows together and point them towards the floor. And just a nice tug on the neck to release. And then we're going to switch. It's going to seem complicated, but you're going to bring them out to your V again. You're going to bend the right knee and bring it in and bring the left knee parallel. And then again, you're going to come out this other side and just lean. Same thing, grab opposite elbows. You can also let your arms lay, but make sure you push this right knee away from you so you get a nice squeeze. Just opposite elbows. Maybe to a count of 10 and then switch opposite to the opposite side. You end up reaching. You can also allow your arms to come down if you feel it's more comforting. Straight down, your hands relaxed. Most important is your neck is relaxed. Then take your hands and interlace them behind your head. Point your elbows towards the floor and just give a nice little tug to your head with your hands. And get a nice neck stretch. And slowly come up. We're going to unwind our feet. This one's going to be a little harder for you to see. I'm going to take my feet and I'm going to do Baddha Konasana with my feet together, leaning up against the silk. There's a nice wall silk right here. My feet are together. My knees are apart. And then I just bring my hands out. Maybe close my eyes. Getting a nice inner thigh stretch. And then I'm going to stretch my legs up tall. My legs are straight. I like to clasp behind and then try to bring your body and your knees together. Getting a nice back of the leg stretch. Flex those feet. See them right here. Just a nice stretch. And then once you're done, you're going to inch your way out and try to come flat onto the silk. Now I'm laying here and I'm going to do a nice back stretch. So I'm going to come up as make this silk as thin as possible and lay the silk that's extra over my legs. And I'm just going to slowly do a nice back bend, reach my hands to the floor, legs are straight, breathe into it. A couple more breaths, and then slowly come up. I like to counteract that with, I'm going to take my feet out of this. I'm going to come forward and do a child's pose in my silk, lowering my head. It's always important with the back bend to release the opposite direction. So we're going to do another back bend. So now my legs are out and we still have the silk that's relatively thin. We're going to do a bow, but in our silk. And slowly come up. Same thing if you want to allow yourself rest. And then that's our stretching for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a blessed week. We're heading towards the 4th of July. Hope you stay safe. Namaste.